Hey there! If you're looking to really nail down the skill of nasogastric tube insertion, you have come to the right place. We're going to walk through this essential nursing procedure step by step so you can do it safely and with total confidence. Let's get right into it. So first things first, what exactly is a nasogastric or NG tube? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like, a flexible tube that we pass through the nose, down the throat, and land right in the stomach. It's a fundamental tool, whether we're using it for feeding, giving meds, or decompression. We're going to break this whole thing down into 5 key parts. First, we'll talk about getting ready, the prep work. Then, we'll cover measuring for success, which is critical. After that, the insertion technique itself. Then, maybe the most important part, confirming that it's in the right place. And finally, we'll finish up with securing the tube and doing our final checks. All right, let's jump into section 1, getting ready. I can't stress this enough. Good prep work is the foundation for making this whole procedure go smoothly and safely. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, before you even think about touching that tube, you gotta do a little detective work. Check which nostril seems more open. That's called assessing patency. And see if there's a deviated septum. Then it's all about getting your supplies in order. Lay a towel across the patient's chest, get the NG tube ready, prepare your tape for securing it, and have a cup of water with a straw handy. Now, you might think that towel is a minor detail, but let me tell you, this quote from a seasoned nurse says it all. It's a really simple, practical step that can save you from a huge mess. Trust me on this one, it is so worth it. And here is a fantastic pro tip for your tape. Get a piece that's about 3 or 4 inches long and just cut a slit about 2/3 of the way up the middle. When you do that, you've basically made a little pair of pants. This shape is perfect for securing the tube to the nose later on. Getting this ready now means you won't be fumbling for it later. On to section 2, measuring for success. Look, if you only pay attention to one part of the prep, make it this one. Getting this measurement right is absolutely critical for a safe and accurate insertion. So the standard technique we use is called the next measurement. It's a super simple 3-point path. You start by placing the tip of the cube at the tip of the patient's nose. Then you extend it back to their earlobe. From the earlobe, you continue down to the xiphoid process. You know, that little piece of cartilage at the very bottom of the breastbone. Once you've got that measurement, you have to mark it. Use a little piece of tape or a permanent marker right on the tube. This is your stop sign. It's a clear visual guide that tells you exactly when to stop advancing the tube. Seriously, don't skip this. Okay, we're prepped, we're measured. Now for the main event, the insertion technique. Let's talk about how to place this tube smoothly and safely. All right, here's the play-by-play. First, lubricate the first few inches of the tube. Now, patient positioning is everything. Have your patient sit as upright as possible and ask them to tuck their chin to their chest. And this move, it's genius. It naturally helps close off the airway and open up the esophagus, guiding the tube exactly where you want it. Start inserting gently. When you feel a little resistance at the back of the throat, that's your cue to have them start sipping water and swallowing. Each swallow will help pull that tube down. Just keep advancing smoothly until you hit that mark you made earlier. Now listen up, because this is maybe the single most important piece of directional advice you'll get. You need to aim straight back, almost like you're aiming for the ear, and then curve down. A really common mistake is to aim up, but that just leads you into the sinuses. It's wrong, it's uncomfortable, and it's not going to work. Just remember, aim back and down. You're almost definitely going to feel some resistance when the tube gets to the back of the throat, the nasopharynx. Don't panic. This is totally normal. The key is what you do next. That sip and swallow motion is your best friend. It helps the body's natural reflexes pull the tube down. You can also try twisting the tube just a little. But here is the one cardinal rule. You never, ever force it. So, the tube's in. We're done, right? Not even close. We are now at section 4, confirming placement. And I'm telling you, this is the most critical safety check of the entire procedure. You are not done until you verify. Okay, so right there at the bedside, your first checks can begin. Grab a 60 ml syringe, hook it up to the end of the tube, and gently pull back to aspirate. What you're hoping to see is gastric contents. Usually this looks kind of grassy green or maybe brownish, and sometimes it'll have little bits of sediment in it. Once you get some of that fluid back, you're going to test its pH. The magic number you are looking for here is a pH of less than 4. A super acidic reading like that is a really strong first clue that your tube has landed right where it's supposed to be, in the stomach. But look, even if that pH looks good, it's just a clue. It's not proof. Let's talk about the gold standard versus an old, outdated method. For years, people used the air bolus method. They'd push a little air in and listen over the stomach for a whoosh. Well, we now know this is totally unreliable. Why? Because you can hear that same sound even if the tube is dangerously sitting in the lung. The only definitive evidence-based way to be sure is with an abdominal X-ray, also called a KUB. And this brings us to what is, without a doubt, a hard and fast rule you can never, ever break. Even if your bedside checks seem perfect, you cannot, I repeat, cannot put anything down this tube until you have that X-ray back confirming its placement. It is the one and only way to be 100% certain, and it's the absolute standard of care for patient safety.
All right, we're in the home stretch. Once you've got that X-ray confirmation, it's time for our final section, securing and final checks. Now we can properly lock this tube in place and wrap everything up.
Hey, remember that little pair of pants we made out of tape way back in the beginning? Now's its time to shine. You put the solid part, the waistband, on the bridge of the nose. Then you wrap the two pant legs in opposite directions around the tube. Next, you want to secure the tube to the patient's gown, but leave a little bit of slack so it doesn't pull. Finally, clean up your mess, but leave that 60-milliliter syringe right there at the bedside. You'll need it for future checks. Okay, so let's just quickly boil this all down to the absolute must-knows. Number 1, prep is everything. Get your patient and your supplies ready first. 2, that next measurement is crucial for getting the length right. 3, the chin-to-chest position is your best friend for a smooth insertion. And most importantly, X-ray confirmation is non-negotiable. Do not use that outdated, unsafe air bolus technique. And that wraps it up. I want to leave you with one final thought to really lock this in. After everything we've talked about, what do you think is the single most important safety check in this entire procedure? And what makes it so absolutely non-negotiable?